what's the biggest challenge you faced throughout your career? Would you say it's nothing to do with stereotypes and sort of breaking into the industry? It's maybe just something within a project you've worked on that's been a challenge?
I think the biggest challenge for me has actually always been personal challenges. So you can look at projects, and you can look at engineering, research or development or improvements, and they're always really good and really interesting. But I think the real things for me that have been developed is my self-development. So it's thinking about doing something and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So really stretching myself into doing something I've not done before. So one of the examples would be, I set up a new organisation within Network Rail. So I created a whole team of 120 people, bought in a great big piece of yellow kit, got a work bank for it, set up a whole depot, got power supply to the depot. And again, that's not really an engineering challenge. I was delivering an engineering challenge
People
at the
management.
end, but it was people, systems, processes, bringing everything together. And that was a fantastic challenge because I knew nothing about all the sort of laws I had to work within. So I think for me, it's always been that personal challenge. So a lot of women won't push themselves because traditionally we tend to think, or if I can't tick the box, if there's 10 things that need to be done before I can apply for that job, and I only tick 5 or 6, they won't apply for it. Men will think, I can only do 3, that's okay, I can do the rest when I get in. And that's all been proven. So I think the thing for me is that I've always looked for something that takes me out of my comfort zone and pushes me in a different way. So I started off in the rail industry looking after the overhead line. So I knew a lot about the overhead line, a lot about the power distribution to connect the overhead line. That was great. And then a few years later, I went and worked at a depot, looked after about 500 people, but none of them did overhead line. They did the signalling, they did the track, they did the off track, they did lots of stuff that I knew nothing about. So technically, I had to really rely on the people that knew everything, but using my leadership skills. So again, I wouldn't have naturally have chosen to go for that job, but someone suggested it'd be a really good idea for my development to do it. So I did, and I loved it, and I learned so much. So
Taking opportunities that come to you rather
yeah,
than seeking.
Yeah, absolutely.